Amon-Ra St. Brown has quickly emerged as one of the best young wide receivers in the NFL and has given the Detroit Lions a really exciting piece on the outside to build around for the foreseeable future. St. Brown has already put up near historic numbers in his second year, but back in 2021, the NFL draft, there were some real concerns around the star wide receiver. First, let's take a look at St. Brown's path to the NFL and how he emerged as a star. He was born on October 24th, 1999, in Anaheim Hills, California. He comes from an insanely athletic family with genes that set him up for success. His father, John Brown, was a former bodybuilder and two-time Mr. Universe and three-time Mr. World in the 1980s. John Brown set Amon-Ra and his brothers up for success out of the womb. Amon-Ra's brother, Equanimeous, is currently the starting wide receiver for the Chicago Bears, and his other brother, Osiris, played wide receiver at Stanford. Amon-Ra and Equanimeous, you ask. Unique names, right? John Brown named both of his sons after Egyptian Greek gods. Amon-Ra attended the powerhouse Mater Dei High School in Santa Ana, California, where he recorded 2,922 yards and 47 total touchdowns over his high school career and was named First Team USA Today All-American, First Team All-State, and LA Times All-Area Senior. He was a five-star recruit, considered the second best wide receiver in the whole 2018 class. He committed to play football at USC. He found success early on at USC, recording 750 yards and 3 touchdowns his freshman year. But his sophomore year is when things really got going and he started to turn heads around, recording 1,042 yards and 7 total TDs. And his very best season in college came his junior year during the COVID season in 2020 when he went full throttle, ranking near the top in every major category for wide receivers in the Pac-12, recording 41 receptions, ranked first, 478 yards, ranked fourth, and 7 touchdowns, ranking first in the Pac-12. After the COVID years when Amon-Ra St. Brown declared for the 2021 NFL Draft. Amon-Ra was not considered one of the draft's top prospects and was easily overlooked by other wide receivers in his class like Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith, and Jalen Waddle. Top NFL evaluator Lance Zierlein labeled him as a good backup who could become a starter with concerns of his lack of speed and strength to make a living outside of the pro level. Most evaluators just didn't see a whole lot of upside in St. Brown. Many expected to see St. Brown be a day 2 pick, hearing his name called in the second or third rounds, but it was not until the day 3 in the 4th round where the Lions grabbed him with the 112th pick. Amon-Ra started off his rookie season like you'd expect from any 4th-round rookie, but ended his rookie year on an absolute tear, finishing with 90 catches for 912 yards and setting the record for most receptions and yards by a Lions rookie wide receiver and having the best rookie season for a Lions receiver, crushing Megatron's rookie numbers. Amon-Ra had the 5th most receiving yards for his rookie class behind Jamar Chase, Kyle Pitts, Jalen Waddle, and Devonta Smith. Going into his second year, Amon-Ra picked up right where he left off for the 2022 season and breaking records after his Week 2 matchup against the Washington Commanders, in which he recorded 9 catches for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns. He has now produced 8+ receptions in 8 straight games, tying Michael Thomas and Antonio Brown for the NFL record for the longest streak. He has also produced a 6th straight game with 8+ receptions and a touchdown, which is an NFL record. He is just the 3rd player in NFL history to produce a touchdown reception in 6 straight games. The other 2 being Rob Gronkowski and Randy Moss. Now that we know how dominant St. Brown is, let's jump into the wide receivers that were drafted before him. The first wide receiver off the board went with the 5th overall pick to the Cincinnati Bengals by the name of Jamar Chase. Chase attended LSU and played 2 seasons before sitting out for the COVID year. In his second season at LSU, he set college football on fire, recording 84 receptions, 1,780 yards, and 20 touchdowns, and was virtually unstoppable, while LSU went on to have one of the best college football seasons ever, winning the Natty. Jamar Chase did not miss a beat his rookie year, recording 1,455 yards and becoming 2nd all-time in rookie receiving yards, while setting multiple records in other departments as well by becoming the youngest NFL player with multiple 100-yard receiving games in a single postseason, by having the most receiving yards in a game by a rookie with 266, and he's off to a great start in 2022 with 606 yards in 7 games. 1 pick later, at number 6 overall, the Miami Dolphins selected wide receiver Jalen Waddle out of Alabama. Waddle was highly touted by scouts for his game-breaking speed and quickly made his presence known in the NFL. Waddle, like Chase, also set some records himself by breaking the single-season reception record for rookie wide receivers with 104. Now, Waddle in his second year is with Tyreek Hill in Miami, and they're setting the league on fire with offensive fireworks and arguably the best wide receiver duo in the league. 4 picks later, at number 10 overall, the Philadelphia Eagles selected Waddle's former teammate and Heisman Trophy winner, Devonta Smith. As a senior at Alabama, he led the NCAA in receptions with 117 and set an all-time SEC record in receiving yards with 1,856 and receiving touchdowns at 23. He became the first wide receiver to win the Heisman Award since Desmond Howard in 1991. Smith immediately stepped in as the Eagles' #1 receiver and was 4th in receiving yards his rookie year. Now coming to year 2, he is currently on an Eagles team that is the last undefeated team in the league. The 20th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the New York Giants selected Kadarius Toney out of Florida. Toney was drafted as a slot receiver who was known for his yards after catch and quick in-and-out routes and had great success at Florida, going for 984 yards and 10 touchdowns in his senior year. Toney did not have much success for the Giants in his rookie season, with his only memorable game coming against the Dallas Cowboys, in which he notched 10 catches for 189 yards. Beyond that, little success with the Giants, and recently in his second season, he was shipped off to the Kansas City Chiefs for a 3rd-round pick. The Baltimore Ravens selected Rashad Bateman with the 27th pick, wide receiver out of Minnesota. Bateman was named 3rd-team All-American, Big Ten Wide Receiver of the Year, and 1st-team All-Conference in 2019. Bateman's rookie season did not start until Week 6, as he had a core muscle injury that required surgery, but had a solid rookie season in limited action, finishing with 46 catches for 515 yards and a touchdown. Coming into year 2, expectations were sky high for Bateman as Baltimore shipped off Hollywood Brown to Arizona, and Bateman stepped in as a wide receiver 1 and had his moments of success, but unfortunately, against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on October 27th, re-aggravated his foot and has a Lisfranc foot surgery and will be on the IR for the remainder of the season. With the 34th pick in the NFL Draft, the New York Jets selected Elijah Moore out of Ole Miss to pair with new rookie quarterback. Moore saw great success his rookie year, leading the team in receiving yards with 538. But his second season has not gone as planned, as the Jets selected Garrett Wilson in the 1st round out of Ohio State, and Moore has seen a major decline in his volume and has reportedly recently requested a trade out of the Big Apple. The 49th overall pick, the Arizona Cardinals selected speedster Rondale Moore out of Purdue. Moore won the Paul Hornung Award as a true freshman as the nation's most versatile college football player and led the FBS with 114 receptions. Moore had flashes his rookie year with 114 yards in his second game as a rookie versus the Vikings, but overall does not look like a potential #1 in the NFL with DeAndre Hopkins already in Arizona. The Seattle Seahawks selected Dwayne Eskridge at 56 overall out of Western Michigan. Another burner with 4.3 speed and home run ability, Eskridge led the FBS in 2020 with 215.7 all-purpose yards per game. But he has found little success in the NFL, with his rookie year only recording 10 catches for 64 yards, and his second year has not been much better, only finding 58 yards so far on the year. 1 pick later, at 57 overall, the LA Rams selected Tutu Atwell out of Louisville. The thin slot receiver was another home run threat guy known for his big playability. Atwell, though, did not play at all his rookie year after being placed on the IR for a shoulder injury surgery. Coming into his second year, he's only recorded 1 catch for 54 yards. At 59 overall, the Carolina Panthers selected LSU's Terrace Marshall Jr. Marshall was the top wide receiver prospect in the country coming out of college and was a major factor for LSU's historic team, catching 46 passes for 671 yards and 13 touchdowns. He saw limited playing time his rookie year and only put up 17 catches for 138 yards and has played in 5 games. His second year, with better performances recently, but team and QB play has capped what he is capable of at the moment. Los Angeles Chargers selected Joshua Palmer out of Tennessee with the 77th overall pick. His stats were not eye-popping at Tennessee, but he was limited by shaky QB play and became the top wide receiver for Tennessee in 2020, leading the team with 33 receptions for 475 yards and 4 touchdowns. As a rookie, he didn't play much, but he has found his role in his second year, recording 346 yards in 8 games. The Washington Commanders selected North Carolina's Dyami Brown at 82 overall. Dyami Brown popped onto the scene in 2019 playing with Sam Howell, and he garnered 3rd-team All-ACC honors, ranking 9th in the country with 20.3 yards per reception. Brown had a pretty forgettable rookie year, only getting 165 yards and his second year isn't going much better with only 111 yards on 3 catches. 85 overall, the Green Bay Packers selected Amon-Ra Rodgers out of Clemson. Following Clemson's title year, he became Trevor Lawrence's top target in 2020, leading the Tigers with 77 receptions and 1,020 yards. At 95 total yards at the NFL level in 12 games, it's fair to say so far he's been a miss for the Pack. Pick 89, the Houston Texans selected Nico Collins out of Michigan, an outside wide receiver with great size and quality speed. He was named Michigan's Offensive Player of the Year in 2019 as he led the Big Ten with an average of 19.7 yards per catch. Collins has had a pretty good start to his career after recording 446 yards his rookie year and 305 yards in 6 games his second year, but recently got hurt in his Week 6 matchup against the Las Vegas Raiders. At pick 91, the Cleveland Browns selected Anthony Schwartz out of Auburn. Known as a burner, the 2018 Gatorade National Track and Field Athlete of the Year, he led the Tigers with 54 receptions in 10 games in 2020. His rookie year, he recorded 10 catches for 135 yards, and his second year hasn't gone much better as he has 1 catch for 19 yards and has recently been a healthy scratch for the Cleveland Browns. At pick 109, the Tennessee Titans selected Dez Fitzpatrick out of Louisville. This was seen as a reach by many scouts who had him listed as an undrafted free agent. As a redshirt freshman, he started 8 out of 13 games, garnering honorable mention All-ACC honors with 45 receptions for 699 yards and 9 touchdowns while playing with Lamar Jackson. After Jackson left, his numbers took a drop, but he was still a 4th-round pick. His rookie year, he played in 3 games and recorded 5 catches for 49 yards and 1 touchdown, but in his second year, he has recently been demoted to the Titans practice squad. And finally, at pick 112, the Detroit Lions selected USC's wide receiver, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Amon-Ra has quickly emerged as not only one of the best wide receivers in this draft class, but one of the best wide receivers in the entire league. The future is extremely bright for St. Brown, and it's safe to say the Lions got an absolute steal, snagging him in the 4th round.